Hi there folks, welcome to RRTV. My name's Bernie Weemers and I'd like to welcome to the commentary box tonight Benjamin Smith. So Ben, how are you going and are you looking forward to this final round of the Skip Barber Monday Lights tonight?
G'day Bernie, g'day everyone. Yeah, Bathurst, it always brings up an interesting race with all the draftings happening. We've got a cracker field tonight, so looking forward to seeing some great racing.
Yeah, it's certainly a huge field we've got. We had 67 drivers line up here tonight, folks. It's in 4 splits. We're covering the top split as we always do here, but as always, the points go to the top 2 splits. And I'm just trying to get some pictures for our viewers here. And we've got a cracker field, as you've said, but it all comes down tonight to the points. And let's have a quick look at this, because Enzo Cantor and Angelo Solura are battling it out tonight to see who takes out this championship. There's 1 point difference, so Enzo's leading at the moment, 228 to Angelo Solura, 227. The other people to keep an eye on is Russell Clark and Joel Petrosky. They're on 173 and 172 points, so they're battling out for 4th and 5th, and as is Darren Lesso and Brian Inglis on 155 and 154. So there's a bit of a gap there from the top 2, Ben, but there's still a lot to fight for out there.
Yeah, there's a lot to fight for out there. We've got some guests into the series that put up a good fight for all the regular drivers. So it's not just a race for that championship; it's a race for the win tonight.
Oh, it certainly is, and we've got a cracker field, as you've said, Ben. We're having a look at the moment, and we've got Jake Burton out there, Miko Nasi, Enzo Cantor's out there, Josh Anderson. So some big names as we're going straight to the grid.
Yeah, I've just seen in the qualifying session, Josh Anderson. He had a contact time 0 on his lap and has been put at the back.
Okay, well that'll be interesting. So let's have a quick look at this grid, folks, while we're waiting for the guys to grid up. So Jake Burton takes pole on a 229.377, followed by Enzo Cantor in second. Then we have Laragudari in third, Miko Nasi out of fourth. Simon Schultz will start out of fifth tonight. 6th is Angelo Solura with a lot of work to do there. Riger out of 7th, Butler out of 8th. Luke Whitten will start out of 9th tonight. Corey Preston out of 10th. 11th is Pearce, followed by Foster. Josh Anderson way back there in 13th. 14th, Phil Hobbs. Lazarevic in 15th. 16th is Sam Katakazinos, and rounding out our field of 17 is Alex McKellar.
Yeah, it's a huge field here tonight. Max field's usually 20, so it's great to see 17 cars on the top split tonight.
Oh, it certainly is. It's fantastic. And the amount of people that turned out tonight for this final round is bringing back memories of when this series first started, you know, with 67 to 69 drivers turning up to have a crack at it. It's great for not only for the series, but the strength of field.
100%. It's always good to have that strength field nice and high and give us some championship points to compete with the Euro strength of fields.
And we can see the revs are rising now, folks. Let's see if I can get a... Whoop, that's a wrong camera. Let's get a better camera of this. So under red now, green. We're underway here at Mount Panorama for the final round of the Monday night skips. And we have at the moment Jake Burton's taken the lead, followed by Enzo Cantor in second. Then we have Johan Lagurdi in third, and rounding out your 4 is Miko Nasi. So they've all got through Hell Corner cleanly for the first of 10 laps here. And I guess, Ben, the big thing's going to be slipstreaming here tonight.
Yeah, I guess you could put this as almost like a NASCAR race. It's going to be all about that final lap and making sure you've got a clean car ready to draft down Mountain Straight.
So as we can see, they've drafted pretty much up Mountain Straight here now, coming up the mountain for the first time here tonight. And at the moment, Jake Burton's still got the lead, followed by Enzo Cantor, Johan, and then Miko Nasi. Simon Schultz 5th, Angelo Solura, he's the guy we want to keep an eye on tonight. He's down there in 6th position, and it must be said last week he did struggle a little bit when he got deep in the field.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult to see how the field breaks into their groups. I know through experience here that there's always going to be groups that break off, and it can be hard to get on the end of a group if you've already lost them, seeing as if cars are travelling together, they're going to be faster than a car on its own.
Yeah, well, he had the pace when he was up the front, but he was involved in a bit of an incident and dropped down the field, and as you said, he just could not get that gap back. So he's got to make sure he hangs on here tonight, and he has to beat Enzo here to take out the championship.
He's definitely got his work cut out for him. I can see that he's just getting onto the back of Miko at the moment, so he should be right to get onto the front of this group.
Yeah, and it's great to see Miko here tonight as well. We haven't seen him running this series this season, I don't think, so it's good to have him join us here.
Yeah, definitely great to have a world-class driver such as Miko in the series. He really boosts up the quality of the racing.
It certainly does, and it's getting a definite European feel to this series with a couple of Italians. We've got a German in there. I'm not sure where Miko's from, but that's another European here tonight, and there's probably quite a few others in this field tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Just flicking through it now. There's still a good showing of Aussies, but it's great to have those international drivers here.
Yeah, so as they go through for the first time, 9 laps to go here, Jake Burton has the lead. Enzo Canna's just sitting in. We know these European drivers like to crank up the pressure, but I tell you what, Jake's no slouch, is he? So he'll just soak that up.
Definitely not. It's key that the top runners here, they don't battle too hard. I know that's what the Euros like to do, but they can't battle too hard, and they've got to make sure they can gap the field, just in case there's any altercations with the cars. They've got enough of a gap that there won't be an 8-car battle at the end of the race.
Yeah, and they've got a little bit of a gap building now. 0.8 of a second from 4th back to 5th, as Simon has managed to breach that gap a little bit as they come up the mountain. But they're dropping Angelo Salura off as well, so that's danger time for him at the moment.
Yeah, I think Angelo's definitely dropped off back here. It's going to take a fair few mistakes from the field for him to be able to grab on the back of that group.
Yeah, well, he's battling here with Corey Preston for 6th and 7th, and that's going to slow him down a little bit. And we know Corey can definitely motor in these skippies, so he's definitely keeping Angelo busy back here tonight.
Oh, it's all about that home crowd advantages. Corey gets right up close to Angelo there into the dipper.
It looked like he almost tagged him. It must have been very close as we were riding on board from his roll cage.
Definitely. I'll probably see Corey give him a nice draft down Conrod at the moment. But yeah, it looks like Angelo's definitely dropped off the back of Simon. We're going to see Enzo pull a move here on Jake, sorry.
Yeah, he's got the slingshot as they come into the chase for the second time here. He was going to cover off, but he thought twice of it because Jake just tucked in behind him. I think Enzo was waiting for the dive. And further back, we've still got Johan Laguidi in 3rd. Mikko Nasi still in 4th. Simon Schultz has pulled that gap up, and it looks like Angelo is in trouble. He's down. Where is he? I'm trying to find him. He's all the way down in 15th, coming into the pits with a beat up rear wing. The number 10's been involved as well, and that's Anton Reiger. So it looks like these guys have come together, as we can see Angelo's suspension failing in the pit lane.
Didn't quite catch what happened there, but it's good to see Josh coming up the field. Yeah,
we're just going to jump back and have a look at this replay to find out exactly where Angelo's Kamagutsu here. Looks like it's coming into the chase here, and Corey Preston's up. Corey's dived to the inside as they come into the chase. Oh, and they've connected, and it was only a touch, but that was enough to break the rear suspension of Angelo Solura's Skippy. And it was only a touch, but he definitely has wrecked the back of that car.
Definitely not ideal to see.
No, so that's going to put an end to his hopes in this championship tonight, and if he has a bad finish, it may also make him a bit vulnerable to the third place getter, but that'll all shake out. At the moment though, the pressure's off Enzo Cantor here, sitting in second. Jake Burton does have a gap, then Enzo, then Johan, then Mikko, but saying that, they're racing drivers, Ben, so we know that once they get that red mist down, they want to win, don't they?
Oh, I think Enzo's thoughts of a championship are just gone straight out the window, and he just wants to win this race, it looks like.
Yeah, he's just getting the draft in now. We'll see if he's going to make a move. And he's just tucking in there at the moment. He's happy. But I guess, you know, with such a big slipstream down Conrod, and we know these cars, they can take advantage of that big time. I guess you don't really want to be in the lead unless you can get a gap, do you?
I think these boys will have to definitely put their heads down, I think, and work together to ensure that Joshua Anderson doesn't get onto the back of them, because he's come up from 13th on the grid up to 6th now, and he's definitely bridging that gap towards the top 5 at the moment. So the top 5 guys will want the person that is leading to be the fastest. But as you said earlier, they are the race car drivers they are, so it'll be heads down and racing as it is.
It certainly will be, as they all tuck in behind. There's no weaving going on tonight. They're all pretty much happy to sit there, but to tell you what, Jake's got a class field sitting behind him as Enzo now proves me wrong and makes a dive at the end of Mountain Straight and takes the lead. That's also allowing Johan to get a run. Too wide, coming up to Ambrose Murphy corner, as we could call it.
Just riding on board with Mikko Nasi, I'm noticing he is coming out of the throttle quite a bit, so he's just happy sitting where he is, just watching his mirrors, making sure his car's clean for the run to the finish.
Yeah, he looks a bit like a lion stalking his prey at the moment, just biding his time and waiting to pounce.
Last thing you want to do at this point in the race is get a bit of suspension damage and be slower than you need to be.
Oh, exactly right, and especially around Bathurst, you get a little bit of damage around here, and it's going to bite you big time. As we see a bit of smoke coming off Jake Burton's car as they go through the dipper there. That was just the probably the floor pan rubbing on the ground there.
Yeah, the cars do tend to bottom out a fair bit over the top here. That's just shows how undulating the track is here at Bathurst.
Just jumping on board now with Jake Burton as we come down Conrod. Look at that slipstream take effect. Boy, he's got a good run here as they go side by side coming into Caltex. He's going to have to go around the long way here.
Yeah, no point defending down there. I can't see it. The only time you're going to be able to defend down the Conrod Straight is if you can redraft, which is something we might see later in the race.
Yeah, it's pretty early in the race at the moment. We've got 7 laps to go, 3 coming down to complete their 4th lap now. But saying that, they've still got, 30-40 kilometres left in this race.
Yeah, the boys are being very well behaved at the moment, but yeah, long way to go as yet. Be interesting to see if Josh can make any more ground on the top 5.
Well, he's definitely making ground at the moment. His time was a 2:28. 4.64 compared to the leader Jake Burton 2:29.088, so he's pulled in 0.6 of a second, but saying that, he's got to get another 4 seconds back, which is a lot considering the class of this field tonight.
It'll depend on how much squabbling occurs, but it's definitely doable for him.
Yeah, and we know Josh, he's going to be driving the wheels off that car to try to breach this gap because he wants to be up here battling it out with these guys. So at the moment, Enzo Cantor's leading, Jake Burton, Joan Lugreedy third, Simon Schultz having a great run at the moment in fourth, Miko Nasi fifth, and then Josh Anderson just trying to breach that gap, having a lonely race back here in sixth position. Looks like we've had, as I was saying before, Anton Reiger has had to pit, so has Angelo Slura. They've both used their fast repairs and they're out there in 15th, 16th. And it looks like Phil Hobbs has retired from this race, unfortunately.
He has retired, but it is positive to see that we still have a lot of only one retiree. So that's really good considering the Hell corner, first corner, can usually get pretty messy in these open-wheeled skip arbors.
Oh, it certainly can, but the guys are putting on a great show here again tonight as they come down too wide. We can see Miko Nasi, he's lining up Simon Schultz as well. Jake Burton takes the lead. Miko up to fourth position. It's time to move. Johan Lagreedy sitting there in third, but it looks like Miko might be deciding it's time for him to move up the front a little bit.
I'll tell you what, if you're Simon Schultz here, Miko Nasi is probably the perfect person you want to sit behind, just for a couple of laps, see what he does, and then follow him through the field.
Oh yeah, for sure. And you can see he's got that number one on his car, and he's got that for good reason, because he's probably arguably one of the best drivers in the world in this car, wouldn't he?
He definitely knows how to operate. I think he did pretty well in the 2K World Cup last year, and it'll be interesting to see how I personally go against him this year.
Yeah, well, the fastest lap was Miko's. He just set it a 2:28.377. Josh Burton did a 2:28.949 by himself, so he was making ground, as we can see now. Miko just lifting, and he's just coaxing that car, and we can see Jake's taking the lead. Enzo's up there, Johan's arguing, and Miko is just sitting back here and watching these guys squabble.
They're certainly not in as much of a line as they were a couple of laps ago.
They're starting to drop Simon Schultz off now as the pressure starts to increase, and that's what we see with these skippy races, especially the Monday lights. The tempo just seems to increase lap after lap until it gets down to a huge squabble in the last couple of laps, and no doubt the top three want to drop these other two off, so they're just fighting for this podium tonight.
Definitely a pressure cooker, these races. They're short, but they can get you sweating.
Yeah, I reckon they could, especially if you were sitting at the front of this train tonight coming down onto Conrod. I think you'd be sweating a fair bit.
Well, for sure, you'd be looking more in your mirrors than at the front of the car.
We're just riding again with Enzo and Conrod, and you can see now already the slipstream, he's picked it up. And you can see before he gets the Fuso sign, he's really gaining on Jake here.
Yeah, with the few races I've done this week, I've seemed to figure out that if you've got about a second gap going down Conrod, you might be able to break away if you're faster through the last section of the lap. But that's just not going to happen tonight with the quality of this field.
It was quite interesting. I was looking at the top speeds as they got to Caltech's Chase. That draft, Enzo Cantor, he was doing 213 kilometres an hour. Jake Burton, without the draft, was doing 206 kilometres an hour. So that's a good 7 kilometres an hour difference just using that slipstream.
The massive boost. You'll hardly see these cars going any faster than 200, apart from at Bathurst and maybe Spa. It's just amazing the amount of speed you can get from the draft.
Oh, it certainly is. It's almost borders on ridiculous. But then again, you know, looking at these lap times as well, Ben, these guys are consistently in the 2:28s here today, and that's a scorching pace.
Even given the cool weather, it's just amazing these guys are down the 28s. Just the track temp can make a huge difference, but the draft is probably giving them another 6-7 tenths worth. So these 28s, it'd be amazing if we could see a 27.
Oh, it certainly would. And just having a look at the weather, it's 28 degrees Celsius out there at the moment, folks. Wind speed at 21 kilometres an hour. And so nice and cool, but it'd be definitely hot in that cockpit.
Oh, I sure would.
So looking back here at Josh, I don't think he's going to breach this gap, you know, because he's pretty much sitting at 4.3 seconds. He just can't get that extra momentum.
It is unfortunate. I would have loved to have seen 6 battling for 3 spots on the podium. But hang on, we've seen Simon pull to the side.
Yeah, he's in the pit, so we'll pick up what happened to Simon now as they come on the Conrod straight. 4 laps to go here.
Bit of right suspension damage.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what's happened to him here, folks. I'll try to go back, but I don't want to lose the action up front here. So we'll have a quick look, and then we'll get back to the front here.
Just into McPhillamy, he's grabbed the outside wall, it looks like.
Yeah, he's just coming up to McPhillamy now, and over Skyline, it's looking good at the moment. Yeah, he's gone straight ahead coming into the S's and pulled it up, so he might have got a slight damage, but it wasn't tracking too badly there, Ben.
Nah, he must have copped a hit somewhere. It's unfortunate, but yeah, a battle of 5 turns into a battle of 4.
While that was going on, Mikko's now, he's up to 3rd, so he's slowly been making his way up here with 3 laps to go. He's probably where he wants to be, isn't he? Because when these guys come down onto Conrod for the last time, that's probably when you're going to want to really get serious.
Yeah, exactly right. He's doing a terrific job of keeping his car clean. Just like them all, actually. But I can imagine if this was a fuel-saving race, I reckon Mikko would have used the least.
Yeah, well, he's just sitting behind them, isn't he? And you can hear him lifting. And we'll jump on so you can actually hear him, folks, as we go over the mountain. And he's just sitting there and lifting, and as he's lifting already, just coasting across the top of the mountain here.
I'd be interested to see if he lifted it all in that 28.3 lap.
Yeah, well, he's spending a lot of time off the throttle, but the other thing to note is just listen to his footwork and his steering and how smooth he is in this car. And it's great for anyone new to iRacing there. Jump on board and have a look at these guys and just see how they drive these cars. You can learn a lot, can't you, Ben?
Oh, that's exactly right. I spent a lot of time in my early iRacing career just, you know, looking at guys' hot laps. It's important you don't try and mimic their movements, but you've got to learn things, little bits here and there, and eventually it all comes to you.
As we can see, Enzo now getting draft. It's interesting, Mikko had the draft, but he's actually just coasting down here, sitting back here, letting these guys fight it out at the moment. Because this is probably the experience coming through, isn't it? He knows that if he's got the lead, he's going to be a sitting duck come the last lap.
Well, the way I see it with these draft races, it's just like a 24-hour race. It's all about that last stint. So in this race, it's all about that last lap, where your car is and what track position you've got. You spent the whole race learning what the boys are doing, so it's time to put that into use and see what you can come up with.
Yeah, well, I was saying how much he was coasting across the top and down Conrod, but even coasting, he still set the fastest lap of a 2:28.357. So Mikko's doing it reasonably easy here tonight.
I think we're in for a treat with this last lap.
Yeah, well, it's going to be there very soon as we see Jake now defending. Johan's not finished with this. He's just sitting back there in fourth, and Enzo, our series champion for the Monday Lights, is in second. An update on Angelo Salura. He's down in 13th place at the moment.
Oh, I wouldn't count him out yet. You never know what might happen in this last little bit of the race if any of the boys come together up the front.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, isn't it? How hard would Enzo want to be fighting for the win here? You know, he's got a championship. He's on the cusp of taking out. Does he go for the long view and let these guys battle it, or does he try to go for the win as well?
If anything comes unstuck, I tell you, Johan's in a pretty good position here in fourth. The underdog, number 7.
Yeah, well, he's got a ringside seat of this battle, and if these guys come together, he's just going to come straight through the field. As we're looking back from Jake Burton's, it looks like, oh, Enzo's hit the wall coming onto Conrod. He doesn't want to do that too many times.
No, it looked like a couple of them had a scrape. You can see how much they're pushing now.
He's also carrying front wing damage on that car. I'm not sure how much that's going to affect him around Bathurst. Probably a bit across the top of the mountain. But here comes Mikko Nasi. 3 wide coming into Caltech's chase. Who's going to blink? Oh,
it's exciting stuff to see.
So Enzo's leading, Mikko's second. Jake's been relegated down to third, but he's not finished yet. We've also got Johan Lagridi sitting there in fourth position.
Ooh, Jake and Mikko coming very close into the last corner there.
Yeah, you couldn't have split those two wheels with a hair. They were getting close. I was surprised they actually didn't contact. Big risk here for European and Australian drivers with netcode too, but it seems to be behaving themselves as we're on to the last lap. Mountain straight for the last time, Ben.
Oh, it's going to be super exciting up here. We'll see who makes a move into the second corner. Is Mikko going to get a run and go for track position, or is he going to wait and have a look and see down Conrod?
I reckon he'll be waiting for Conrod. You can see he's now lifting, but Jake's not going to have a bar of this, but he's got nowhere to go. They're just sitting there too wide.
And same with Johan, he won't have to go, but Jake was in the way.
You can see that Mikko on the outside. We've got Enzo on the inside. Jake's wanting to get past Enzo and go with Mikko at the moment, but it's a tight move up here through the cutting.
Oh, a little bit of contact there. Jake just gets a little bit sideways.
Yeah, that's going to allow Johan now. Oh, Mikko's gone.
Mikko's got damage.
That would have been the contact there, and it looks like he's had a failure, big time, a suspension there from that little contact. That's released Enzo now, but Jake and Johan are still fighting it out here.
It'll be interesting to see if Jake's got any damage, but I think he's in a box seat now to slipstream down Conrod if not.
Yeah, well, he's wanting to gather himself up here so he can make this run, but I tell you what, we've seen them going straight down Conrod. I bet you they won't be driving straight down Conrod this time through.
Enzo was pushing so hard into Skyline there, he got right up on the AstroTurf. But here we go down Conrod for the last time.
Jumping on board now with Jake Burton as he's getting the draft now. He's just pulling it in, coming up to Fuso. He's going to make a run here.
Johan going to make it 3 wide. Oh, they're right on the inside.
Jake's got to watch this undercut.
It's all about the exit. Nice little gap here for Jake. Will he take a defensive line?
So come into Murray's for the final time here. It's looking good for Jake. Jake's leading. He's going to take this win. I tell you what, Ben, Jake Burton takes out round 12 of the Monday night skips here at Bathurst tonight.
Jake Burton, take a bow. What a drive.
That was an absolutely awesome drive. Enzo Cantor comes home second. Johan Lagridi third. Josh Anderson is home in fourth position. But let's go back and see if we can get a replay of exactly what happened to Mikko here. And to me, it looked like it was that contact coming into the cutting with Jake Burton that ended his race here.
Yes, it was the slightest of contact that you'll see. But, yeah, it just looks like a tiny little nudge. It's just maybe taking the tow arm out of the rear left of Mikko's car, and he's going to do the right-hand corner, and he's just lost the rear of the car. It's just gone.
So now back on this replay as we see him go too wide. We'll go to super slow-mo up here, and let's go to the gearbox of Mikko's car here. It's just to have a look at the contact. The slightest of contact, but as you said, it doesn't take much for that suspension to fail, does it?
No, definitely not. Fragile little cars, these. But yeah, Jake, obviously, someone on his inside, catching Mikko on his front outside. Nothing really you can do in that situation, and it's the last lap of a super strength of field race, so you're not going to pull out of something like that.
Oh no, you've got to make a move, and I think there was a bit of netcode there. We just saw Mikko's car nudge, just bobble a little bit. You can see as he's coming up from the cutting, he's still got all the suspension, and it's just going to fail very shortly as he just goes over that dip. There it goes there. Just as he hits that dip, rear suspension failure, and you can't do anything when that happens, can you?
No, definitely not. Last lap, no quick repairs. You can't get around to the pits, but yeah, it's unfortunate he couldn't finish off the race.
Yeah, and he went heavily in, ended up on his lid, but that was unfortunate. But one thing we have seen here a few times, Ben, in this class of racing is they take a bit of a nudge, and either the suspension will break straight away, or it could break further down the track.
No, definitely right. That's Mikko did such a good job of taking care of his car for the first 9.5 laps. It's just a shame that a little nudge just like that just shows that how important it is to make sure you can give your opponents room in all types of racing.
Yeah, it certainly is. So let's go through our results here tonight, folks. So Jake Burton takes tonight's win, followed very closely by Enzo Cantor. Johan Laragurdi, I can't pronounce that, in third. Josh Anderson fourth. Chris Lazarevic comes home in fifth. Sam Katacasinos had a great race, coming home in sixth position. Seventh, Timothy Butler, followed by Aaron Pearce in eighth. Ninth was Luke Whitten. Corey Preston comes home in 10th after that contact earlier on in the race tonight. Rager home in 11th. Angelo Solura home in 12th after suspension damage with that contact with Corey. Simon Schultz comes home in 13th. He also had suspension damage here tonight. Alex McKellar 14th. Then Mikko Nasi, well, they've got him down here as one lap down, which is unfortunate, home in 15th. Our retirements tonight was Craig Foster and Phil Hobbs.
Yeah, it's a shame to see Mikko down there a lap down, but I tell you what, I'm super happy that an Aussie's come through to win the Australian Strength of Field race.
Yeah, well, let's bring Jake up now and have a bit of a chat with him.
Watch this series.
Sorry, Jake, we've got to give you notice when we're about to pull you up. Wow, mate, what a race. And that move into the Caltex chase that last time by, brilliant move and even better defence.
Yeah, thanks, Bernie. It was a hell of a race. Hey, that's just what happens when you throw some lightweight, low-power cars around a massive track like Bathurst. And Enzo and I went at it hammer and hook all race. And unfortunately, it was always going to come down to that last lap. And Enzo and Mikko were running too wide for the majority of the second to last and last lap, so that because I think no one wanted to be in the lead come the chase, and it just caught me out a little bit coming into the cutting, and I got all crossed up and just netcode tapped Mikko, which put him out of the race. So massive apologies to him, because he was patient all race and not like Enzo and I going at it, and he just sat there and was ready to try and take that win. So big apologies to him. But what a series, hey! First time I've actually heard about this one. I jump in, and awesome competition, and probably one of the best races I've had this year. So definitely going to have a look next season at going full time. That was awesome fun.
Yeah, I reckon it's one of the best kept secrets of iRacing down under at the moment, with the sort of field we're getting here. It's just brilliant racing. It always has been, and you've experienced for yourself tonight. But we're watching Mikko. He came up from 6 and he was making his way patiently up there, and I reckon he would have given you guys a run for your money if he hadn't have had that contact.
Absolutely. He mentioned in qualifying that he made a mistake. I have heard the name Miko before. I more lent to the V8s in the last year or so, but up until then I was racing Skippies pretty much every week, and it was my favourite series. And these are some guys that, a bit of a peaceful reunion, because I've raced them a few years ago. They probably won't remember me, but I think the Monday night V8 supercar racing sort of distracted me a little bit from this series, so it was really awesome to hop back in tonight. And yeah, Miko, I definitely would have tipped to win the race had I not got into him, so that was a big shame. But just had so much fun.
Yeah, well, quite honestly, I was surprised we didn't have more netcode issues earlier on in the race, considering the Aussies were up there mixing it with some of the best from Europe, and we know what pings can be like if they're trying to access an Australian server.
Absolutely, it was definitely a bit interesting to race with, but I'd 100% say that we were all, at least up the front anyway, we all understood how to deal with it. And just as I say with the Miko thing into the cutting, I think he was trying to run wide to let Enzo go so that he could be second going onto Conrad, but which caught me out a little bit. He went in there a bit slow and I just got into him. So yeah, if that's the most amount of an accident we can have from netcode with some guys getting 280, 300 ping, I think we're going pretty well. And it was really good driving standards tonight, some of the best I've seen in the Skippy. Why it was so enjoyable, a bit reminiscent of the ARL V8 supercar days. We had the competition and it was a bit quiet, but no one really knew about it, and that's what resulted in some of the best racing. So the racecraft was really good and I enjoyed it.
Fantastic, and it was just brilliant racing, just watching you guys battle it out all race, and hopefully the viewers out there liked it. But I'm going to hand you over to Ben Smith here and see if he's got any questions for you.
G'day Jake, how we going, mate? That was a great win to see an Aussie come through and pull the victory. Just wondering, what were your thoughts going down Conrad for the last time when you got in the draft there of Enzo?
Oh, well, I've done a few races this week. Definitely wasn't under practice. I'd had 6 or 7 races and I'd won 5 or 6 of them this week, so I definitely knew how to get it done on that last lap. But the draft being so crucial, I was just thinking, okay, let's line myself up and let's get it done. And I made sure to cover on the left. A lot of guys actually tend to try go deep under brakes coming into the chase and try and follow the right hand side and into the right hander part of the chase, and that normally works, but luckily I think I just covered Enzo off just enough that he couldn't get that run. And of course we had Johan in the mix there as well. I was a little bit worried that maybe he'd get up onto me before I had a chance to give Enzo my best attempts, but unfortunately for him he didn't get it done. So I was just fortunate with the draft, and I guess a lot of practice helped me work out how it works and ensure that I made the best decision.
I'll tell you what, it was just about the perfect run coming down Conrad. I reckon the gap was probably the maximum it could have been before Enzo could get back and redraft you, so you did a great job of timing it, and well done on the victory.
Yeah, cheers mate, and cheers to you guys for putting on this broadcast. I must say, I've seen it on the Redback channel before, but I've never actually watched one, so I'll definitely be watching this one back, and I'd like to have another crack next season, because that was a lot of fun, as I say, so thanks for putting this on, guys.
Yeah, no worries, Jake. And before you go, have you got any sponsors you want to give a shout out to?
Not at the moment, no. Still working on the whole team thing, but I'll just give a big shout out to Brock Salmon and his Weeaboo inspired livery that I was repping tonight. I know he'll love that, so big thanks to Brock for inspiring me on that one. But just the baseline setup worked me out pretty well tonight, so no one in particular to thank other than you guys and the great guys that I raced, so thanks.
No worries mate, see you later. Okay Ben, we better bring up Enzo Kander, come home second. He's taken out the championship, and we'll keep him up here because we'll need him to translate for Angelo, because I'm not sure, have you been in the booth with Angelo before, Ben?
No, I've had a quick chat with Enzo before, but never had a talk with Angelo, so this will be a bit interesting, I think.
Certainly will. Angelo doesn't have a lot of English, he speaks Italian, but let's bring up Enzo Kander and have a chat.
No, non lo so se...
Sorry Enzo, first off, congratulations on taking out the Skip Barber Monday Lights Racing Series here at Bathurst, and that was one heck of a race.
Oh, thank you, Bernie. It it was not an easy race for me today because I saw in the grid Joshua Anderson, Mikko Nassi, and other fast drivers apart from Angelo Cellura, who had still chance to win the championship today. Because if I would destroy my car on the wall, perhaps Angelo could gain the championship. So I was not so calm today. I was a bit nervous. Finally I got it, and I'm very, very happy.
Yeah, well, you said at the start of this season, or the end of last season, you're setting your sights on winning this championship this season, and you definitely did it. But I tell you what, the margin between you and Angelo coming into this race was 1 point, so there was a lot to fight for tonight.
Yes, and I saw in the previous practice that Angelo was faster than yesterday, so I was thinking that he could battle against me for this race, but well, you saw how it's finished. It finished, and yeah, I'm very happy.
Yeah, so tonight with this battle, you had some pretty fast drivers around you here tonight. How much were you thinking of the championship and having to stay out of trouble here tonight compared to wanting to go for the win here?
Oh yes, yeah. Today my goal was to be away from troubles, as you say. But here it's not so easy. But I had another goal, because yesterday Philippe Lebert got 271 points in the top split, and he overtook me in the World Championship official series. Gaining the 4th position. So today I had also the goal to gain 210 points to regain the 4th position. So I have to watch to the championship of Monday Lights and to the championship of official racing. So I was trying to win the race, and in the last lap we were waiting each other, me and Mikko, to come in the back straight in the 2nd position to have a chance to win the race, and that I think caused that accident. I was hoping to have enough gap to finish the race in 1st position, but it was not enough, and I risked finishing in 3rd position, so I lost my chance to regain the 4th position in official championship. And but I am happy. I am happy for Monday Light.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, I've got Ben Smith here in the commentary box with me, so I'll hand you over to him, and we'll see if you've got any questions for Enzo, Ben.
G'day Enzo, how you going, mate?
Hey, hi Benjamin. Great.
Hey, it was great to see you guys at the front, battling really hard but really cleanly. Were there any moments that you were frightened there was going to be contact?
Yes, I was always afraid for a contact, because many times I go very near to the walls, and I was very near to the back of the Jake car, so I was not very calm. It was I risked to go against the wall many times, so a very difficult race.
Definitely, you've got to get right up close to the walls at Bathurst to be fast. So great job on coming home in 2nd and winning the Monday Night Light series.
Thank you, Benjamin. I hope to see you on the track again in the next season, because it's always fun to battle with you. You are very fast. And finally, Bernie, let me say thanks to all, as always, to all my sponsors, Transmasters, TRL, Cube, and my team, Mivano Racing, and my teammate Fabio Mantalini and Maria Concetta for logistics. They are very important people, and they work for us. And without them, I think I could not obtain these successes.
Yeah, fantastic, and I made sure we had the correct paint job on your car tonight, so that's all hopefully sorted out there as well. But we might keep you up here for a moment, Enzo, because as always we've got Angelo down there, and we may need you to translate for us.
No problem at all.
Hi Angelo, welcome to RRTV's commentary box. There was a lot to race for tonight, but unfortunately it came undone for you with that contact with Corey Preston at the chase tonight.
Allora Angelo ha detto benvenuto, purtroppo c'è stato quel contatto con Preston che ha rovinato la tua gara.
Thank you Bernie, hello Bernie, Benjamin. Thank you, grazie Enzo, purtroppo è successo quello che è successo e sarebbe stata una gara interessante per tutti e devo fare complimenti all'organizzazione e per il campionato che hanno fatto, che è stato svolto benissimo, e i complimenti vanno a te come per aver vinto il titolo. Complimenti ragazzi.
Oh, he said it could be an interesting race today, but unfortunately that contact ruined the race. But you have to say congratulations to you for the organization of the championship, and congratulations to me for the winning championship.
Fantastic. Well, I think Angelo, I think you still should be in that second position in the championship, so congratulations on that.
Niente, ha detto che comunque tu dovresti essere secondo ancora, quindi comunque ti fai complimenti per la seconda posizione in classifica.
Grazie a tutti e spero per la prossima stagione di fare del mio meglio, migliorarmi ancora di più. Grazie.
He says thanks to all and he hopes to do better next season to improve more.
Fantastic. And I'll just say, Ben, do you have any questions for Angelo?
I was disappointed to see Angelo miss out on battling for the lead there. I was just wondering how he viewed the incident with Corey Preston.
Oh, niente, gli dispiace che non è potuto fare lottare per la vittoria a causa dell'incidente con Preston. Ma di cosa pensi dell'incidente, insomma,
Che devo dire dell'incidente? Purtroppo mi ha tamponato sia allo scollinamento che alla fine del rettilineo, mi ha tamponato 2 volte, per cui ho perso la cordata vostra e non riuscivo più a starvi dietro. Una volta che mi aveva piegato l'alettone in collina, mi ha fatto allontanare dal gruppo per poter essere competitivo con voi, ma in ogni caso c'era un gruppo come Enzo Canda, Micco Nassi e altri che stavate andando fortissimi. Complimenti a tutti quanti.
He said he hit him from behind for 2 times, so he damaged his rear wing and he lost the chance to get the train of us to be competitive till the last lap. We were very fast, so it was impossible for him to finish the race catching us.
It was very unfortunate.
Yeah, well, as always, it was great to have you guys join us on this Monday night, Skip Barber Monday Lights. So, Enzo and Angelo, what are your plans for next season as far as your racing goes?
Well, Bernie, as you know, it will be a new car, the Formula Renault 2000. Well, I will try to manage that car, but I don't know if I will like it as the Skippy. So I think I will try that car, but at the same time I will continue to race with the Skippy and will try to challenge again this fantastic challenge of Monday Lights, because I can compete with all Australian and New Zealand drivers, the fastest drivers of the world. In fact, I was hoping to see Benjamin on the grid again today. I'm very happy because we are two Italians in the first two positions of the championship. So this is, I think, the most important thing for us.
Yeah, that's for sure. It'll also fire up the Australians to come back next season and try to take the championship as well, hopefully. And what about Angelo? What are your plans for next season, Angelo?
Che fai l'anno prossimo, la prima stagione, Angelo?
Spero di essere presente di nuovo al campionato se verrà organizzato in Mountain Lights, che a me piace tantissimo, e spero di essere più competitivo di questa stagione. E inoltre sono già iscritto al mondiale del 2K Renault, la Renault 2.0, vediamo come va. Grazie.
Oh, he said he surely will be again this championship because he likes so much this championship. At the same time, he will try the new car, as I told.
Okay, and finally, has Angelo got any sponsors or people he'd like to thank before we let you guys go tonight?
Cioè deve ringraziare qualcuno, qualche persona, qualche sponsor prima di andare?
Grazie e ringrazio al team PLZ che mi sostiene sempre.
He say thanks to the PLZ team, that always is with him.
Fantastic. Well, once again, Enzo, congratulations on winning the Skip Barber Monday Lights racing series for Season 1. And we look forward to hopefully catching up with you guys next season.
Thank you again, Bernie, and we will see on the track surely the next season.
Okay, thank you. Bye, Angelo.
Thank you, Bernie. Thank you, Benjamin. A presto.
Well, Ben, that pretty much wraps up our Season 1 of the Skip Barber Monday Lights, but I tell you what, they definitely turned it on for us here tonight at Bathurst.
Yeah, they definitely put on a show. It's just great to see what, as Jake said, some light underpowered cars on a massive track like Bathurst can do for the viewers. No complaints from me. It was just terrific racing all round.
Yeah, that's for sure. And for our viewers out there that like their iRacing, this is our last broadcast for Season 1 for RRTV, but we'll be back next week. There's no other broadcast this week because we're going into week 13. Lots of updates coming through, but definitely join us back Wednesday week when we bring the Australian Sports Car Pro-Am back to you live, 9:15 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time. And I'm having a look at our calendar. That looks like that's going to be the 16th of March. So definitely join us for that, folks. But anyway, on behalf of Ben Smith, I'm Bernie Weemers. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for joining us here tonight live. We hope you did enjoy this broadcast, and we look forward to catching up with you again in about a week and a half. Good night.